All right, sorry about that, everybody. I am here, and sorry for being tardy for the party, but the party is here, and I always bring the party, if that made any sense. And it's Friday day, and I just got paid. So, I am super late, but it was for a good reason. I actually got a really good phone call from a BFF that I hadn't talked to in months. And so we had some catching up to do. And then I got a call from Beyonce. And we had to talk about Orchid stuff. So I couldn't just hang up on Beyonce. I mean, I told her that I was supposed to be doing an unboxing, but she wouldn't let me off. So get on Beyonce, not me. But anyway, I have an unboxing of a bucket list plant, and there is a story behind this plant. Really, there is. And I tried to find the list from the Spadari in Milano in the 80s when I made that list. I've shown it before, but I seem to have lost it recently. Anywho, I wanted Gramangus Elysii, which was a, even at that time, I knew that there was no way that I could handle Grammatophyllum. I did not know anything about Staphylophlorum at that time because I was just new into orchids, but I did know about Gramangus being a warm growing, sort of a smaller, more easier to handle orchid in your collection rather than Grammatophyllum, which you know is not an easy plant. You have to have space for that sucker because they're gigantic. Even the crosses are big and huge. They have huge pseudobulbs. So I always wanted Elysii because they used to be Grammatophyllum before they got placed in Gramangus, and it's more manageable. So, just so happens that Gramangus is from Madagascar. So, there's Fred Hillerman, the god. So this is the plant here, Gramangus Elysii. And these are Fred Hillerman's notes, which are so useful. So, species name Elysii, named for William Ellis, missionary but jack of all trades, serious orchid students, blah, 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 known as Grammatophyllum Elysii. Now, this description based on their plants is how they saw it in the wild. So, in the wild, they observed it to be a non-acricoid with pseudobulbs that big in diameter. Stiff old plants have 15 to 20 or more pseudobulbs that become black after losing their sheaths. The inflorescence forms from a new lead before the pseudobulb has developed, which is different than Gramangus Staphylophlorum, which Grammatophyllum Staphylophlorum, which is right up there. They form from matured pseudobulbs. So these bloom like similar to a collageney. Collageneys bloom from newly formed pseudobulbs before they have developed. When the leaves are such and such long, husky inflorescence, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. What else does it say? It's got to be this. Okay, so in the natural habitat, this is how they are in the natural habitat right here. They grow epiphytically in the eastern forests of Madagascar. They found none in 1981, which is surprisingly endemic to Madagascar. Flowers in January at low elevation. Species is found in nature. Warm growing conditions prevail. So in home culture, after they have got the plant from nature and brought it into their environment. And they have always been potted in bark, given high light intermediate temperatures, but it says species should be a warm grower. When the temperatures are too cool, the flowers fade to a greenish hue, not colorful. Plant takes a lot of light but needs good air movement. And so it does need high light and good watering and fertilizer heavily during the growth period when you get those highlight conditions, and a lot less when they are resting in the fall and winter. Anyway, it says suggested to pot it up in a 6 to 10 inch pot. So it says very showy spray of flowers, very colorful. Inflorescence continue to unfold flowers over 3 to 4 weeks, so the plant is in flower over a 6-week period, which is great. And it also gives it some tips on if it refuses to flower, to increase the light in the spring. And it grows small. It can bloom small, but it does become large. And this is a picture of the flowers, Gremangis Elysiae. So let's just go ahead and get to the box. And this was from Louisiana Orchids Connection, LOC. And they are known for their imports from Madagascar. I have actually ordered from them a few times, probably 4 times, pre-ordered from Madagascar. I got a few Aranthes and Graycones, and I think I have a couple of them still in my collection. So it is somewhat worthwhile, but I wouldn't say it's for everyone. It's very difficult because those are not like what Equigenera would be like. Those plants are basically clipped from the wild, and then they are sprayed, and they have to go through customs and all that stuff. So, and if they are, sometimes if they are found with bugs when they get to the customs at whatever office they're at, they can either be sent back or they can be sprayed, and then the spray or whatever chemical that they put on it affects the plant to where it stunts it even further than it already is. And literally, if you're afraid of Equigenera, then you should even be more afraid of ordering from Madagascar as far as bare root imports. I mean, that's just the honest truth. Now, this plant, you can see how big it is. This is definitely a bloom-sized plant. And you can see how they said that the older pseudobulbs get brown once they have aged. And how it talked about the roots forming a little nest, which is fairly typical of Grammatophyllum. This does look like it has bloomed a couple times. There's a previous spike there. So I would expect this to bloom probably sometime in the spring, I would expect. Because it does get a little bit of a rest, but still gets good highlight and nice humidity. So, and here I am messing with this, just popping that around. That spike there, which has been on the plant for a while. But this is my bucket list plant. Really nice sized plant. I love it. It is an import, and that's how it is. That's how it came. So I will share these blooms if I get some. And that is the tag, Gremangis Elysiae. So that's that. And that is all I got. Here's my cordata. And I showed this initially. So anyway, folks, I'm not going to stay on here because I have to keep on moving stuff. I've got plants to get in here. So, thank you all for watching. And I'll be back for more. And there's my plant. Beautiful. And I'll just hold it up to this other grammatophyllum, my stapeliflorum, which I know is bloom size. Now look how they compare. There is no comparison. This is much bigger, but these plants blooms bigger. So this is just, I just showed you that because that's indicative of the blooming size. So this is beyond bloom size. Anyway, I am babbling, and thanks for watching. Bye.